Hey, Brother Dave here. Brother Dave's Hillbilly Homestead. Y'all hadn't heard from me in a while. You might get worried, but when you don't hear from me, you know it's because I'm as busy as a bee in a beaver's den in a beehive. Busy. But I had a little chance today to finally caught up a little bit. It's humid as all get out, and ain't a good time to be out working in the garden. It's a good time to be out mushroom hunting. So we're going to take y'all mushroom hunting. Now, what do you need to go mushroom? You need a burlap bag. You need a pair of scissors because you want to cut them off at the base. You don't want to yank them out, get all that dirt in there. And you need one faithful hound. Guppy, look here. One faithful hound. Faithful hound is optional, of course. Now, how's the garden doing? Well, I'll just give you all a peek at these butternut squash coming up everywhere. Look at the size of that one there. Good golly, that measures about 3 feet around the outside curve on that one. But my goodness, my butternut squash is just, it's a 300-pound harvest. We did real good this year. We did real good. I hit about 80% on the total planned harvest. And yeah, I put it all on a spreadsheet, how many servings of everything I needed to freeze up and all that. And when I hit that, and I've got excess, the excess goes out by the road, gets given away to whoever wants it. And right now we're giving away zucchini, crookneck squash, we're giving away cucumbers, and tomorrow we're going to put out 15 cantaloupes because I got 6 cantaloupes in the refrigerator and 48 quarts of cantaloupes in the freezer. I do not need any more cantaloupes, so people are going to be real happy getting some free cantaloupes tomorrow. But right now, we're going mushroom hunting. We know we're going to find some chanterelles, possibly some boletes. We found some chicken of the woods in here before. We'll show you all when we get there. Now, the nice thing about chanterelles is once you know where they grow, you find them once. If you do not over-harvest, in other words, don't harvest everything that's there, leave a few, you can come back year after year after year and find chanterelles the same place. So here we are in the first place I know where they grow, back in these woods here. So I'm gonna step on back in there and see what I can find. Oh man, I see a little bright little orange speck in there already. Good golly. What I love about chanterelles, you can spot them 100 feet away. Well now, there's no chanterelles, but we did find ourselves one tasty looking bolete. You can tell a bolete because it's got the spongy gills underneath. And you can tell it's not poison because it's not, if it's yellow on the bottom, red on the top, and bruises blue, then it's one of those poisonous ones. But I don't mess with anything. I only take the brown and the white boletes because I know they're good. Now I'll take that down and slice it up in ribbons. I take off the gills, and that just leaves the meaty top part, which is really, really good. So we'll put that away, keep looking. No chanterelles yet. Thing about chanterelles is when one is popping, they're all popping, and we hit them up pretty heavy, leaving of course enough to reproduce. But that was about 3 or 4 weeks ago when we've been getting steady rain for a while. Now we just came through 3 or 4 days of really hot weather, up over 90, 95, heat index above up in the triple digits, so that might be a little too hot for the chanterelles maybe, but we're gonna keep looking. Now, no chanterelles yet, but we did find this little puppy here, and that is called hen of the woods, not to be confused with chicken of the woods. Now that hen of the woods will get really, really big, and it's really tasty now, but I'm gonna leave that one go because it'll get about 4 or 5 times that size. I'll come check on it again 2 or 3 weeks. I did see some hen of the woods up high on the ridge about 3 weeks ago. We're going to check on that, see what we can find. Let's see what else we can find back here. Alright, we found 2 lonely little chanterelles, and that's basically what the chanterelle looks like from the top. Now you don't want to confuse these with something called a jack-o'-lantern, but as you look at that one there, come on, focus, you can see the gill ridges on that. The gills form ridges. Come on, focus. There we go. That's about as good as it's going to get. Whereas the jack-o'-lantern will have definite gills on it, and this is a definite chanterelle. I don't want to harvest both of them, and actually I was going to leave them both go, but I wanted to show you what they look like. And the only way to get the underside is to take one. So I'll pick that one. I'll leave the other one go, because I just don't want to harvest everything that's there. We'll keep looking. Now there's another little chanterelle right there. But I'm going to leave that one go too. I do have about a gallon of dehydrated chanterelles back in the cabin already, so it's not like we don't have any on hand. That's a pretty little chanterelle. I love these things because you can see why they stick out like a sore thumb. You can see them from 100 feet away. There's another little chanterelle there we spotted as we're cruising along. We're almost up the top of the ridge now. We'll see what them chicken of the woods might look like. Well, my. That surely does look like turkey tail in there. I forget whether it's got the smooth back or not. But I'm going to go ahead and pick it, and then we'll take it back. There's a turkey tail and false turkey tail. I'm not real good at telling the difference without looking it up, but we're going to go ahead and pick these, take them home. Well, lo and behold, we have found ourselves some coral mushrooms. Now, these are related to lion's mane, but they are real tasty. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to pick the two big ones, that big one and that big one right there. Take them home with me. Get a close look at that. There you go. Well, we're up on the woods here. There's another one of them hen of the woods, but it's kind of small yet. So we'll let that one go. But that one wasn't here the last time I was up here. I was a little farther up on the ridge up that way. But they're in here all over the place. There's another little one right there, another little hen of the woods. I call it hen of the woods because it looks like a bunch of chicken feathers. It doesn't taste like chicken of the woods. Tastes like chicken. All right, I'll keep looking. All right, we're kind of at the end of my property here, end of my property line where I run into Junior's property, and you can see the difference. Looking back at my property, it's all deep woods, and Junior has logged this extensively. Well, good for him. He made a lot of money. But man, I would love to go in there looking for mushrooms because there's so much detritus and fallen trees and just all kinds of hidey holes for mushrooms. But Junior don't like people walking on his property, even with permission. Don't know what he's doing back there or what he's not doing back there. But that's his business, and we're going to leave it alone. Another hen of the woods there. It's getting bigger, but it'll get bigger yet. That's about double the size that it was 3 weeks ago. They're slow growers, but I'm feeling by the end of September I'll be hard. Now, this is an interesting spot on my property. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but you see you've got a ditch here that runs straight down with the grade on the mountain. Now I could see that being carved out by water, and on this side over here looks like it could have been carved out, but over here this has all been mounded up about 4 or 5 feet above the rest of the terrain. You can see it better from this side here. See how that's been mounded up. Now that is not a natural formation. That's something man-made, and I've often come up here and wondered, why would they dig this trench here? Maybe there's a spring coming out all the way at the top there. As we see, it goes, trench goes pretty much all the way down to the next flat spot down there. Yeah, it does, pretty much, but that might be natural erosion. But doesn't seem to be a fortification of any sort, because who are you holding back and where are they coming from? You're up at the top of the knoll here. Interesting. There's a lot of history buried in these hills. Some we'll never know about. That's for sure. Now there is a pretty little mushroom there. That is beautiful. I have no idea what that is. Could be a jack-o'-lantern because it's growing in decaying wood right there, but it's a little dark in color. That sure is pretty. Another coral mushroom growing there, all by itself. It looks a little old too. We're gonna leave that one go. That's a good looking hen of the woods there. Good size. Good size, but we're gonna still let that go. Let that go, come back in about. Another nice thing about bringing my faithful hound with me. I noticed this at an early age with her, taking her out in the woods. On the way out, she kind of stay behind me or roam around a bit, but she always knows when we're turning around. When I turn around and start going back the other way, she always follows the exact same path that I blaze coming in. So if I get a little turned around and I don't know which way I'm going, if I got that dog with me, I just follow her. She'll lead me right back where I came from. Now that is a jack-o'-lantern. That's the chanterelle look-alike that's poisonous. You can tell the difference. This A, it's growing out of wood, and the gills, those are real gills, and they don't go down the stem the way a chanterelle does. And you'll notice they got that darker orange color. And they're hollow in the middle and orange through and through. So that's a jack-o'-lantern. Watch out for them. You don't want to confuse them. You will be very sorry. They won't necessarily kill you, but you might wish that they had. And looking up ahead here, I saw something bright orange. It might have been, just a piece of surveyor's tape. Well, that's the marker. All right. Well, we went a little farther down a hill from where we're on to Ivan's property now, but he don't mind. I come here and pick a few mushrooms, and here is some really beautiful flushes of chanterelles, and a few couple really big ones over here too. So see, there they are. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these, and that I won't say that makes the day worthwhile, because just coming out in the woods, being close to Mother Nature, and hanging, not bad. And there's no such thing as a bad day in the woods. We got ourselves one big old bolet. That's bruising brown. We'll cut that up. Hopefully it's not too bug riddled, but we'll soak it in salt water, just like this coral mushroom. Soak that in salt water. Got a lot of turkey tail. That's enough to make a good tea. And my goodness, look at those beautiful chanterelles. That is going to make, I'm going to use them fresh in an omelet tonight. Day's almost done. One more little thing. Perfect way to end the day. A couple ice cold ones. And we'll take a dip in the acorn leaching pool. It's been raining today. Oh, that's nice and chilly, but not so bad it'll stop my heart. And we'll just sit down and relax, have a couple beers in the cave, and call it a day.